Heave-ho, 3 in a row. We're on a winning streak, baby. It's not our longest this year. We did win 4 in a row at the start of April. We beat the Giants 3 in a row and then the Arizona one game. Then we lost 12 in a row after that. It is Friday, May 15th, 2026. We are still home in Flushing, New York, and CITI-FIELD. And the Yankees are coming. We're about to play 3 games versus the New York Yankees this weekend in our latest Subway series. I am the Mets head, talking all things New York Mets, with a preview of Game 44 versus the New York Yankees. Is the number 44 retired by the Yankees? That Reggie Jackson's number? It is. Not a great sign. Might be good luck for the Yanks. If you enjoy my content, I ask that you please like and subscribe to the Mets Head on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. I went to Game 3 of the Subway World Series back in 2000 at Shea Stadium. It was the only game that series that the Mets won. It is the loudest I've ever heard a baseball game, and the whole place was shaking. Especially when Benny Agbayani put us up 3-2. And Jay Payton knocked him in to take a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 8th. Timo Perez hit leadoff. Then my favorite Met, Edgardo Alfonso, was batting second. Then Piazza, Ventura, Zeal, Benny Agbayani, Jay Payton, and Mike Bordick. If you remember, we traded for Mike Bordick because Ray Ordonez had gotten injured. Was that the year they were considered the best infield ever in baseball? Rick Reed started the game versus El Duque. And also through Turk Wendell, Dennis Cook, John Franco, and Armando Benitez. The Yankees lineup had Jose Vizcaino, Derek Jeter, David Justice, Bernie Williams, Tino Martinez, Jorge Posada, Paul O'Neill batted 7th, and Scott Brocious batted 8th at third base. Yesterday, against the Tigers, McLean had an uncharacteristic first inning, gave up multiple runs on a walk, a single, and a 3-run homer by Workman to put us down 3-0. A.J. Ewing led off the third with his first major league home run. And in the fourth, we tied it up with an MJ walk and a 2-run home run by the 7 train, Brett Beatty, that just barely went over the orange line. We scored again in the fifth with a bench single. He stole second, and Soto knocked him in with a single. And then Swaggy V with another big home run to put us up 6-3. We're suddenly a run-scoring machine. We then scored in the 7th on a squeeze bunt by Sanger. You don't see those every day. Juan Solo struck again in the seventh with a solo home run. Semien also homered in the eighth. We won 9-4. That's only the sixth time this year we've scored over 8 runs. And it is the second time in the past 3 games. We are also 3-0 with A.J. Ewing, who had 2 hits along with Ben, Soto, and Semien. McLean threw 7 innings, giving up 3 runs on 7 hits and 3 walks with 7 strikeouts. Then Mendoza had to waste Myers for 1 inning. Then he brought in Kimbrel. It just drives me crazy that Mendoza keeps using Myers, usually in short release appearances, in non-pressure situations, and preventing him from starting games in front of or behind Peterson, in which he would be the most useful, hurting our chances of having quality pitching once every 5 games. In that situation, he should have used Warren. Warren is more of a short reliever, and you don't need to count on him to pitch multiple innings. He also used Minaya in a short relief appearance when you really need him to pitch long relief, especially when Mendoza keeps pulling Scott too early. He won't let him pitch more than 5 innings. But it's great that we won. I'm very happy that we've won 3 in a row. It feels good to win. It's just that Mendoza can't get through a game without making poor decisions that not only affect our chances of winning that game, but also hurting future games as well in the process. He's just a terrible manager. But I don't see them firing him. I think they're going to wait to see what happens with the strike. Our record is now 18-25. We're 7 games under 500. Still last place in the NL East, but 11.5 games behind Atlanta now. We're no longer the 3rd or 4th worst, we're the 5th worst in baseball. We're moving up the ladder, baby. The Yankees are 27-17, 10 games up. Second in the AL East, 2 games behind the Rays, and they have the 4th best record in baseball. On the mound for the Yankees is 25-year-old right-hand pitcher Cam Schlittler. I have trouble saying that name. The 6'6", 215-pound pitcher from Massachusetts. Drafted in the 7th round by the Yankees in 2022. Jackson Holiday was picked 1st overall. We took catcher Kevin Parada with the 11th pick, and then picked Jet Williams with the 14th pick that year. This is Cam's 2nd year in the majors. Last year for the Yankees, he pitched in 14 games. He was 4-3 with a 2.96 ERA. In 84 strikeouts in 73 innings with 31 walks. This year, he's pitched in 9 games. He is 5-1 with an impressive 1.35 ERA, 59 strikeouts in 53 innings with only 9 walks. He's leading the American League in ERA. He's only 2nd behind Ohtani, for the Major League ERA lead. But according to ESPN Fantasy, he's considered the #1 starting pitcher in baseball. My suggested lineup for the Mets would lead off A.J. Ewing. I understand that probably lead off Bench, but I prefer Bench lower in the lineup. This week, Ewing's batting .333 with an over 1,400 OPS. I'd bet Bichette second at shortstop. He's the only one that's actually seen Chitlin before. Soto third, Vientos fourth. Vientos has been doing well. 292 this week with a 900 OPS. Bichette is under 100, and Soto is under 200. It'd be nice to get one of those guys going. Then I would bat Bench fifth, batting .360 and 785 OPS this week. I'd bat Semi in sixth, 227, and also 227 this week. Then I think I'd bat Beatty seventh, who is batting up to 220, but he's batting 263 with an 800 OPS this week. Melendez is down to 250. He's 0 for 12 this week with 3 walks. I'd bat him lower. And I put Terrence at catcher, who is hitting .333 with an 845 OPS this week. Notice I don't mention their regular numbers because they're so terrible. On the mound for the Mets will be Clay Holmes, returning to his old haunts of Yankee Stadium. The 6'5", 245-pound, 33-year-old right-hand pitcher. Holmes pitched for the Yankees in 4 seasons. He was 19-15 with 74 saves. He also had a 2.69 ERA and 238 strikeouts in 217 innings. Impressive years as a reliever for the Yankees, and now he's been 2 years for us as a starter. He was originally drafted by the Pirates in the 9th round in 2011. Garrett Cole was chosen first, also by Pittsburgh. Trevor Bauer went third. Lindor and Baez went 8th and 9th. George Springer was picked 11th. We took Brandon Nimmo 13th that year. Other notables, Mookie Betts was selected 172nd. Semien was the 201st pick. Met and ex-Yankee Luke Weaver was 589th. Trey Turner was also selected by Pittsburgh that year. Pick number 602, but he did not sign. And Austin Slater was pick number 1,334. In his 8 years in the major leagues, Clay Holmes has pitched in 344 games. He is 36-30 with 74 saves and a 3.65 ERA. He also has 489 strikeouts and 503 innings. Last year, he was our most consistent pitcher. He pitched in 33 games. He was 12-8 with a 3.53 ERA and 129 strikeouts in 165 innings. This year, so far, he's pitched in 8 games. He is 4-3 with a 1.86 ERA. It'll be a battle of the 2 starters of the 2. The Yankees have released their lineup. It is very left-handed heavy. Get Manaea ready to come in. Trent Grisham's leading off, batting only 175 this year. Has 3 walks against Holmes. Then we got Rice batting second at first base, batting .303 with an over 1,000 OPS and 13 homers. Judge batting .268, 1,000 OPS and 16 homers. Neither have faced Holmes. Bellinger is batting fourth, batting 273 with an 8,500 OPS, 18 extra base hits, 1 for 4 with a double against Holmes. Chisholm is batting fifth at second base, only batting 203 this year, 0 for 2 against Holmes. Ryan McMahon is batting sixth, playing third base, batting 195. 1 for 6 with a homer against Holmes. Spencer Jones batting seventh at DH, batting 083. Anthony Volpe at shortstop because their regular Caballero is hurt. Volpe is 0 for 3 this year. And Austin Wells is batting ninth, only batting 180 this year. The only righties in the lineup are Judge and Volpe. On the bench, they got some guys who are doing pretty good. Goldschmidt batting 262 with a 900 OPS. Schumann, another shortstop, batting 273 with an 800 OPS. And our old friend Ahmed Rosario is batting 268 with an 800 OPS. But it looks like they wanted to go lefty heavy. I'm sure we're going to see those other guys in the lineup later on. But get Mania ready for the 4 through 7 are all lefties. The Mets have released their lineup, and it's no surprise Carson Bench is leading off. He's doing well, so it's not really much of an issue. Bichette second, Soto third, playing left field. Vientos fourth. I love it. I like the top four. Melendez fifth. I don't understand that. He's showing that he's a bench player. Might be time to put him on the bench, or at least bat him lower in the lineup. Beatty's batting sixth. Semien seventh. AJ Ewing eighth, and Terrence ninth. So it's all the guys they say should start, just maybe slightly different batting order. I would just prefer Carson Bench batting fifth to stabilize the middle of the lineup. I think that's more important than trying to get Melendez at bats. Move Melendez down. Let's go, Mets go. Let's take down these Yankees. Until next time, I'm One Gun.